ARK Invest's Cathie Wood had predicted that Tesla would be a multi-trillion-dollar company years ago. Now, she recently came out and said that Bitcoin will 21x and reach a $500,000 price within a couple of years. And just recently, in an interview with Bloomberg, she came out and talked about the new industry and new stocks where she sees the biggest growth potential over the next 5 years. And this isn't the tech industry, but something that many people will find very surprising.
Tesla accounts for almost a fifth of the return that you have generated in that 5-year time span. Which of your current holdings, Cathie, do you think will supply the biggest lift in the next 5 years?
Tesla's still in the running, but I would have to say the biggest upside surprises are going to come from the genomic space. And that's because the convergence of DNA sequencing, artificial intelligence, and gene therapies, importantly CRISPR gene editing, are going to cure disease. That convergence is going to cure disease.
So in today's video, I'm first going to break down exactly what Cathie Wood said in this interview with Bloomberg about the genomics space and specific companies that she spoke about. After that, I'm going to go over 2 individual stocks that they have their biggest holdings in and stocks that she said have the most growth potential over the next 5 years. And at the end of the video, I'm going to go over a couple of ETFs from ARK Invest that provide great exposure to these genomic stocks and genomic industry. For those of you who are new here, my name is Michael. I'm a 21-year-old investor, entrepreneur, and full-time college student. In the past 30 days, I've made over $175,000 in one of the many investment accounts that I share with you in our private group on Patreon. So if you'd like to know more about what stocks I'm buying, what stocks I'm selling in my personal accounts, if you want exclusive access to content that I don't share on YouTube, and if you want to join our Discord group where we talk about stocks and I keep you up to date on the latest news and stocks to invest in, well then make sure to join our group using the link down below. So anyways, over the last 5 to 10 years, the major stocks that have produced the highest returns have been FANG stocks in the tech industry. Stocks like Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, and Google. Those stocks have been driving growth for most of the stock market. But now, over the next 5 years, Cathie Wood says that genomic stocks are going to be driving returns moving forward. Tech has already reached $1 trillion market cap companies, and now it's time that genomic stocks are going to be doing the same thing and growing as well.
Our research would be focused better on the next set of FANGs. And I don't mean FANGs meaning in the internet age. We actually think the next FANGs are in the genomic age. And if you'll notice our flagship portfolio, the largest exposure is healthcare for that reason.
Looking at ARK Invest flagship fund, like Cathie Wood said, which is ARKK, basically invests in disruptive innovation. Well, whether that's technology for self-driving cars, autonomous vehicles, gene editing, just disruptive innovation in general. And where Cathie Wood sees disruptive innovation the most over the next 5 years is with healthcare. She explained how a lot of their holdings are in healthcare industry stocks. For example, Crispr Therapeutics is their 3rd largest holding in ARKK, and they have over 6,400,000 shares of Crispr right now, totaling over $1 billion. On top of this, they have Invitae Corp, which is another healthcare company. They have Teladoc Health. There's a lot of stocks in the healthcare space in ARKK. And this ETF isn't just designed for healthcare. It's designed for any sort of disruptive innovation. So for that reason, she sees that genomic stocks are going to be major plays moving forward.
And now, with the combination of artificial intelligence and gene editing, we're able to both anticipate diseases and cure them potentially. Beta thalassemia, we're seeing it, sickle cell disease. We even think it will work in diabetes, which is where most, if you look at the largest category of spending year to year in healthcare, it's diabetes.
U.S. healthcare spending has been increasing every single year. In 2017, U.S. healthcare spending reached $3.5 trillion, or about $11,000 per person. And we're continuing to see this increase because no matter what business you have, no matter what you do, everyone has to spend money on healthcare. Health is the most important aspect, more important than any business, because without health, it doesn't matter what business you're talking about, whether you start a business, what business you invest in. None of that matters if you don't have your health. So moving forward, forward, Cathie Wood has a major holding in Crispr in a lot of their funds. In ARKK, like I mentioned before, it's their third largest holding at 5.9% of the fund. In ARKG, which is the fund specifically designed for extending and enhancing the quality of human and other life by incorporating technological and scientific developments and advancements in genomics into their business, Crispr in that fund represents the second largest holding at 6.49% of the fund. This fund is specifically designed for CRISPR, targeted therapeutics, bioinformatics, molecular diagnostics, stem cells, and agricultural biology. So CRISPR is one of their main holdings across a number of their funds. If you're going to invest in a fund that takes advantage of the healthcare space moving forward, I would say invest in ARKK, which is their flagship fund, or in ARKG, which is specifically designed for healthcare and the genomic revolution moving forward. If you're going to invest in specific stocks, though, some that they talk about are CRISPR and Editas. CRISPR's stock price has increased in the last 6 months 131%. In the last month, it's up over 58%. One of the many reasons why this has been doing so well is because earlier this year, 2 scientists were awarded a Nobel Prize in chemistry for work on genome editing. And what they did is they specifically developed a CRISPR tool which can change the DNA of animals, plants, and microorganisms with high precision. So that means if you have a disease or if something is wrong, they can change your DNA so that it's no longer there and someone doesn't have the disease anymore. Right now, it's with animals and plants and microorganisms, but at the rate they're moving right now, we're going to see this happen with humans in the future. It could potentially help cure cancer and other major diseases in the world right now that people spend billions and billions of dollars on every single year. So if people aren't spending tens of billions of dollars on treatment to, suppress these diseases, well, instead they could spend money on companies like CRISPR Therapeutics, which is working to actually cure them altogether. CRISPR currently has a market cap of about $12 billion, and if they're able to accomplish what they say they're doing in the gene editing space, well, their market cap has a lot more potential moving forward because tens of billions of dollars will be spent with them every single year if they're able to accomplish what they say they are trying to do. And with 2 Nobel Prize scientists working specifically in this industry, it makes you feel really confident about what they're doing. On top of this, with a company like Editas. Editas was up 50% just the other day, and in the last 6 months, it's up over 140%. This is mainly due to what Cathie Wood said about genomic stocks, because as soon as Cathie Wood came out and spoke on Bloomberg, Editas surged 50%, but specifically what they do is Editas Medicine is a leading genome editing company focused on translating the power and potential of CRISPR. So they're doing essentially very similar work as CRISPR Therapeutics. Currently, though, their market cap is a lot lower than CRISPR with a $4.94 billion market cap. So with that market cap, they do have a lot less business right now, but either way, CRISPR gene editing is transforming and changing people's DNA if they have medical issues. Moving forward, that will be the most efficient and best way to save people's lives moving forward once this technology is perfected. So with that being said, those are the stocks that Cathie Wood and ARK Invest are betting on over the next 5 years. You can invest in the 2 funds, either ARKK or ARKG, to diversify your portfolio and limit your downside, but you could also invest directly into companies like Editas Medicine and CRISPR Therapeutics. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to get your 4 free stocks, each valued up to $1,600, when you download the Webull investing app using the link down below. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.